Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So Donald Trump catching yet another major break. His company Truth Social is involved in a merger. It's set to go public, and it's possible that by September or October he is going to have access to $3+ billion extra dollars. This is absolutely huge for Donald Trump. Every single time they try to get this guy, something good happens for him. It's like whack-a-mole. They try to catch him. They hit him with a fine for something that basically all businesses do. In a case where the supposed banks he defrauded all testified on his behalf, but still Trump was liable, and they didn't even hit him for, a mediocre remedial fine just to kind of get him on something. No, they hit him with a ridiculous fine. They know that even billionaires don't really have the cash in the bank to, pay for it. They understand that companies don't really provide bonds for that amount of money. So now they're trying to go after his assets. But does it matter when he's out here and he's, doubling up his net worth? Well, maybe not. And Democrats are coping because they understand that it's like whack-a-mole. And when they try to get him, they think they got him. He somehow has something very positive happen to him. He gets away. Here's a clip from the Bill Maher show where Democrat activist is just coping immensely about this.
No, he actually just got this guy is the luckiest guy in the world, but Trump Social, Trump Social, it is Trump Social, but Truth Social just got permission to go public.
Right.
And so his stake, because it's a meme stock, a little like GameStop, is worth $3.5 billion right now, and it could go higher if people bid it up.
He definitely made a deal with the devil at
something.
Because he always lucks out on everything.
Yeah.
He has the best enemies. Look at Michael Avenatti. Look at Fani Willis now in Georgia. The best enemies.
Right.
It helps him so much.
You heard it there. Luckiest guy in the world, indeed, one could say. And the only way that he would get even luckier is if he goes out there this November and he pulls off a victory, which it seems like he might do. I mean, he's favored in every single swing state. Biden hasn't led a single poll in any swing state since January. It's been roughly 2 months, and that's really unheard of during that big of a stretch in terms of the presidential year. And we're literally in March, and Biden's an incumbent president. Donald Trump is hitting 50%. And a lot of swing states like Georgia, Arizona, he's right behind 50% in the aggregate in states that Republicans thought they may never win again. But Donald Trump is out there. He's doing the most. He is winning. And everything that they've thrown at this guy so far has failed. 1-6 was supposed to be the end of Trump. It was not. Then you heard that, Republicans are going to lose because Democrats are energized because of the Dobbs decision, which even though Democrats lead the polls on abortion, it's not by a ridiculous amount. And so much so to the fact that the Biden campaign isn't really using that as a strategy. The indictments were supposed to be the end of Donald Trump. Oh, if he's indicted, he's going to go down. Even some polls back then showed that if he was indicted, he would lose a bunch of support. But has he actually? No. When he started to get indicted, he started to rise in the polls, and he started to rise after he got the mugshot, and he's never trailed since. I think he was tied for a day in October. But still, he has taken the lead since, early September, actually, September 12th, I believe, and he has never relinquished it. And there's a long way to go. And you have even many pollsters that are, even if they're nominally Republican, they've been very hostile towards Donald Trump in recent election cycles, but even they understand that the writing is on the wall. Even Frank Luntz, of all people, who is known for having a bias against Trump, being one of these rhinos. He actually lived with Kevin McCarthy for quite some time. They had a sussy relationship type of ordeal going on. Who knows what was the reasoning behind it, but still, even he's saying that if Donald Trump's properties are seized, that Donald Trump is going to win the 2024 election. Take a listen.
I want you to remember this moment, and don't forget it. If the New York Attorney General starts to take his homes away, starts to seize his assets. It's all going to be on camera. Pundits are going to sit there and scream about this. This man cannot be elected. You're going to create the greatest victimhood of 2024, and you're going to elect Donald Trump. If they take his stuff, he's going to say that this is proof that the federal government and the establishment and the swamp in Washington and all the politicians across the country and the attorneys generals and all of this, that this is a conspiracy to deny him the presidency. He's going to go up in the polls just like he went up every single time they indicted him. It will prove the things that he's saying on the campaign trail, and he will go up, and it may just elect him president. Do not forget that.
And it's 100% true. And it's not just like, this helped Trump in the primary. It did, arguably, but it also helped Trump in the general election, which is far more important at this point because Donald Trump has already won the primary. And Biden is going to likely be the Democrat nominee. People that talk about, well, they're going to replace him. No, they're not. Maybe you could have had that argument, a few months ago, but they're spending tens of millions of dollars on ad buys, not just anti-Trump ad buys, but also pro-Biden ad buys, trying to, tout Biden's weaknesses as strengths, and they're not really working. But it's like if they were going to replace Biden, they wouldn't be wasting these resources. And Biden, believe it or not, polls better against Trump than Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris, even Michelle Obama. So they're not going to go out there and replace Biden. They know they have to ride with him. They know they're stuck with him. Then you have Obama panicking, meeting with Biden, allegedly, telling Biden that he needs to reboot his campaign. That's never really a good sign. And we saw that in the primaries with the DeSantis campaign. And their campaign was run on nothing more, at least in terms of the online world, than orange man bad, orange man bad. That's all they had for the most part. It wasn't so much policy. And even if they had certain policies technically on paper, they were not really broadcasting that in their little influencer network whatsoever. It was, we're going to tear down Trump. We're going to tear down Trump. And it seems like Biden is just doing the same thing. And while it is true that, a good portion of Americans are going to eat that up regardless because you have a lot of NPCs out there, that's why Biden has an approval rating above 0%. But still, you look at it and it's just like, yeah, well, it's not going to really work out so well, and it hasn't worked out so well for Joe Biden up to this point. I mean, you look even at Michigan. This is a state that cares a lot about the issues. They care about the economy a lot. Joe Biden is trailing by nearly 4 points in Michigan. I mean, that's insanity. He's an incumbent president, but Trump is hitting 50% in multiple polls. He's at 47.5 in the aggregate. It's like insane, one could say. And in the state like Michigan, yeah, Trump won it in 2016, and that we know. But even in 2016, he barely got above that final margin when it was all said and done. He got 47.3%. He's polling at 47.5, so he's actually polling above that. And it's like insane. What does Biden have on Trump? What does he have at this point? Because Trump is even neutralizing certain issues that Democrats usually can play to their advantage. That's why I said that somebody like a DeSantis would not have done so well against Biden, because you talk about his, approach to abortion, his approach to Social Security, which even if there are reasons for his approach to that being more, I guess you would say correct. For example, I don't support abortion. I do support the heartbeat bills. Trump kind of rhetorically has rebuked them, but I understand the mechanism behind it, because you're taking something off the table that you can't do much about at the national level to begin with, to the point where it's kind of pointless virtue signaling that's going to hurt you in an election, plain and simple. Abortion was a footnote to Trump's 2016 campaign. What did he do when he took office? He essentially got rid of Roe v. Wade and gave conservatives their largest victory in a long time, kicked it back to the states. And what he can do at the national level this point forward, that's a whole nother thing. But still, he takes issues off the table. Biden doesn't have much to run on other than pointless insanity, fear-mongering, where he just comes off like an old man yelling at a cloud. And that's really all he is. He's somebody who, obviously Trump is not the youngest guy in the world. We know that. I don't think age is the real argument against Biden. It's that he lives up to his age, whereas Trump comes off more youthful than Biden does, because Biden, just like the old man yelling at a cloud who's got a lot of cognitive decline, even from 2020 when he already had a lot of cognitive decline. So we're seeing that. But it's like, you look at this. What's Biden's campaign doing right now? They're playing old clips of Trump talking about Obamacare, which honestly, that's probably a better strategy than what they've been doing. But still, it's not like Trump is talking about repealing Obamacare. And it is true, healthcare is an issue, but what has Biden done on the issue of healthcare? Like, Trump at least got rid of the individual mandate. Trump arguably made Obamacare a lot more popular by doing so. But that's beside the point. Either way, like, Trump does need to come up with a healthcare plan. That's true. But if he does, then that would mean that he could even get the leg up on the issue. Like, yeah, healthcare needs to be more easily purchasable across state lines, bring down premiums, increase competition in the marketplace, etc. That kind of placates the more economically right-wing base, but also that's an issue that has a very high approval rating, and it needs to be taken care of. And Trump can just say, we need to reform Obamacare. I'm not going to repeal it. I'm going to turn it into Trump care. Like, just change the rhetoric a little bit. Like, yeah, it's a winning issue, arguably, for Trump if he can do that. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know what his plan is for healthcare. Like, yeah, it is a legitimate criticism. He hasn't come up with a healthcare plan. But still, what has Biden done for healthcare? Like, besides take a Trump executive order on insulin prices and get rid of that, and then, like, essentially put it back in some big bill that he signed. And arguably, studies have shown it might negatively impact the prices of insulin over a longer period of time. Like, that's all he's done. That's his only victory, quote unquote. And it's a footnote of his campaign anyways. So either way, his campaign is being run very poorly. All they're doing is they're saying Trump wants to round up all the illegal aliens. He's evil. He's going to round up all the illegal aliens, except they say he's going to round up all the Latinos, which is not technically true at all. In fact, a lot of the people coming across the border don't even come from, Central or South America. But still, you look at this, 56% of Americans support arresting and deporting illegal aliens. They support an Eisenhower-style operation to remove these people. Hispanics even, 45% support removing them. Blacks, 48% support deporting all illegal aliens. The only people that don't are Biden voters, Democrats, and liberals, but even a sizable portion of those voters support it because it's just the common sense right thing to do. You have all these people in this country illegally. This is the winning issue for Trump. I mean, Biden's down on immigration more than he's down on the economy. Like, this is something that needs to be hammered home as well. You have a border crisis like we've never seen before. Yeah, the economy's out of control. It's still a disaster for a lot of people, but the border's out of control, and that's a disaster for everybody living in this country. It's a major, major problem. And most Americans agree that it's something that needs to be taken care of, and we need to get these people out of our country that have come in illegally. And it has widespread support, moderates, independents. Like, this is a winning issue. Donald Trump needs to go out there and milk this, and he has, and he will. Biden's apologizing to murderers that happen to be illegal, saying that they built our country. Like there's so much ammunition there that you can't fumble this. You just can't. You got to go out there and win. I mean, the numbers are on Donald Trump's side right now, and they've been on his side for a while. We've got 7 months, a little bit more than that to go. We'll see when Biden can lead a poll in a swing state again for sure. I mean, it's going to be a tough fight. We got to get involved and make sure Trump comes out on top regardless. But it is hilarious to see Democrats cope because they see the writing on the wall, and something needs to change fast for Biden, or he is going to get decimated come November. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.